Want to know what the movers and shakers of New Hampshire's performing arts are thinking? Welcome to New Hampshire Unscripted with your host, Ray Dudley.
Okay, so welcome. I do want to say, before we do anything else, that I really do love your website.
Oh, great.
It's very clean. It's very easy to navigate. I love all the information that's out there. It's really easy to find. So, as opposed to some websites, which
That's great. That's fantastic feedback. Yeah.
Good. I'm glad. So, tell me about the Red River Theater. First, go ahead and tell me your official title and what you do, and then we'll get into all that's happening.
So my name is Emily Marsh, and I am the events and marketing manager at Red River Theaters. Do all the marketing that we do, various ads, and I also plan events that happen at the theater. We do a lot of programming, one-shot events, or we do series of films. We just finished up an Earth Care series, so that's one of those. Or in the spring, we do a big Oscar night event, so that was also something I got to tackle.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I saw you have a Jewish one coming up.
Mm-hmm.
So that takes multiple days?
Yeah, so we're hosting the Jewish Federation of New Hampshire for the Jewish Film Festival. And that starts actually this Thursday, and it goes through Sunday. There's a lot of different films they're showing. And it's really cool when we can host other nonprofit organizations to show movies in our theater.
Okay. So before we get too deep, tell me about the theater itself. Now, I've never been in there.
Okay.
So give me a little bit of information about, where it's located, how it's divided up, and if you've got a little bit of historical background, you can throw that in.
Yep. So the theater was founded in 2007. It has 3 screens. The largest room seats 156 people. Then we have one that seats 109 people. And then we have a really cool little screening room that seats 22 people. And that's a great space to show a little bit more indie films, or we have receptions in that space. The chairs are removable in that room, which is really cool. And there's a bar that can come out, so we can have a cash bar in there as well, which is really neat.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, and we have a great concession stand. It has a lot of local items, including candy from Granite State Candy. We have local beer and wine, all of that stuff. It's pretty cool.
So I saw on your website that Captain Marvel's not playing there.
Yes.
So you folks are a little bit more niche, right? So
a little more
that.
offbeat.
Yeah.
We don't show the big name movies that you may be familiar with, but we do show a lot of big movies that maybe are a little bit more artsy or intellectual, or just a little bit deeper. We have shown whatever has won the Best Picture at the Academy Awards for the past several years. So there are some really great popular movies that play there. Right now we're playing The Aftermath with Keira Knightley, which is a big one.
Interesting.
Yep, but you won't see Marvel movies.
Dang it.
No Disney.
Dang it.
A little more unique.
Man, oh man.
We try to show movies that you can really have a conversation about the film afterwards that are really thought-provoking.
Is that your job to go find those?
No, that's actually not my job. It's really cool, so you may talk with Barry Stillman later.
I hope so.
Who works on that with our programmer who helps us pick the films. Yeah.
Have you gotten really good feedback? Is the community embracing the theater?
Yeah, I think so. Especially when we do special events, a lot of people come out to those films, and we collaborate with other organizations who, for example, we're showing Spaceballs on Friday, and the Christina McAuliffe McAuliffe Shepard Discovery Center.
You won't show Marvel, but you'll show Spaceballs?
Well, Spaceballs is a one night show. Yep.
What?
It's pretty cool. And
I'm hurt.
It's going to be a lot of fun. It's a quote along. Yeah.
Oh, got you. Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah. And with that, we're collaborating with the McAuliffe Shepard Discovery Center, the planetarium in Manchester. So
Oh, how did that work? How does that come about?
They're giving us some astronaut ice cream to give away as prizes.
What?
Yeah. Which will be pretty cool.
You mean real stuff that's up there on the
the freeze-dried. The freeze-dried ice cream. Yeah.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Dang, that's really
They
cool.
gave us some cool space trivia, so.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, you seem busy. I mean, there's like something going on every day there.
Yes, we are open every day of the year, which is pretty amazing. Sometimes if it's a really bad snowstorm, we'll close, but yeah, we're even open on Christmas. There's always something going on. There's really an event every single week at the theater, whether it's something that Red River's doing or something that we're hosting, and then we show our regular films every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're not regular. They really are not regular. They're a lot of indie stuff. Right.
Yeah. We do show a few foreign films, but a lot of them, are something that, most people would be interested in seeing, but you may take a little bit of poking around to find those films.
How are you marketing them? Because it's got to be a limited market for some of those films. They can't, because they're not mainstream. So how do you find an audience for that? Are you just... Is there some sort of special mailing list you guys use, or how do you get the word out?
That's a good question, and it's something that's an ongoing, thing that we're working on as well. We do have these really cool e-newsletters we send out that show, what are we showing next, what are our events this week, and most people rely on those to see what's going to be playing at the theater. We also have paper flyers that we hand out downtown. People use the website a lot, but we have this really great core of members of Red River Theater, and they are dedicated people. I've even seen people come every single week to the movies, and they just see whatever we're showing, and they just enjoy whatever it is. It's really cool.
Just some random, they just show up, not even caring what's playing? They just...
Well, it depends. I think people usually who come... look at the movies and decide what they're going to see, but some people just know that what we play is something that they're going to be interested in.
Huh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we've really built up this very dedicated audience that really cares about coming.
Yeah, that's kind of like in theater, the niche part of that is the little black box stuff that nobody's ever heard of. And
yeah.
There's a dedicated audience for that as well. People just, they don't want to see the big name Oliver or Andy,
Yeah, it gets boring after a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of that indie stuff is really refreshing, and because it's not commercialized, and so it doesn't fit a formula.
It's a little more interesting.
Yeah. Next week I have Michael Venn coming in. He's the one. He's an award-winning filmmaker. He did The Heroin Effect for about opioids in New Hampshire.
Yeah.
And those are the kind of things which obviously not going to play at the Regal, but you'd find them in a theater like yours.
Yeah, or at least for a special event with a discussion afterwards. We try to do a lot of those.
So talk about that. How popular is that?
I think that people really enjoy coming to films when there's a discussion. We try to get a good panel of people that are really know their stuff in that particular field, and it really gives people an opportunity to ask questions and not only have a conversation in the theater after the film, but in our lobby afterwards. They talk with friends about it. It's really exciting to see how people take what they see on screen and add it to their daily lives.
Do you recall the last one you did?
Let's see. I know we have one coming up tonight,
really?
which is kind of cool. But we did. Let's see. It's a good one that I remember. Well, for our Earth Care series, we've had some really cool panelists. We've had. I went to see the film Wasted, hang on, scratch that. I went to see the film Bag It, part of our Earth Care series, and we had someone who helps businesses become more sustainable, which is really cool. We had someone who started a recycling program at UNH. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, some really awesome people.
They were on the panel?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, and then people could ask questions after the film to those people.
That would have been a great topic. I mean, because it's so timely, and everybody's so concerned. And I know that the recycling industry is having a real hard time.
Yeah.
You know, even making money or so people
It's
aren't
scary.
doing it. Yeah.
Yeah, and people have a lot of questions about it.
Yeah.
And it's great to be in a place where you can feel free to ask those questions and know you'll get real thoughtful answers from real people.
Yeah, professionals.
Yeah.
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 Was that well attended?
Yes, that was really well attended. Those were a really big hit at our theater.
Do you put those in the bigger theater or like?
Yeah, we do. And they filled up, which is really exciting that people come out to this. I've even seen people travel from pretty far away to come to our theater.
Really?
Yep. Yep.
I mean, I shouldn't be surprised, but it does surprise me.
Yeah.
Because I just picture you as this little tiny theater. Because I don't know it, right? So
you got to come.
I know. I know it's down there somewhere downtown, and it's tucked away, and it's attached to the garage, but I don't get it. And so yeah, I do have to.
Yeah, people travel from pretty far to come to our theater.
So one of the events that you guys do, isn't it somewhere north of Boston? Don't you do the?
Yes, we host Snob Film Festival. That is one of the coolest things that we do every year. It's a lot of local filmmakers. And it's actually not a Red River event. We're just the place where it happens.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's the somewhere north of Boston Film Festival, and so they jury the films, they decide what's going to play, they create the schedule, and then they come to Red River, and that's where we play everything.
Yeah, I saw cool. Last year it was just huge. I was getting texts and looking at Facebook, and things are popping up all over from friends who are inviting each other and saying they're going to meet them there, or they'll go out to dinner, and all this stuff. It was a huge event.
It's so cool because you'll see people come buy tickets, and then you'll notice, wait, that was an actor in that last film that I saw. You get to see the filmmakers, the actors, everyone comes out for that, and it's just, it feels like such a great community for aspiring filmmakers and people who, are bigger, more well-known. It's just really cool.
Yeah, it's like a smaller version of the Portsmouth one, right?
Yeah.
But it's more intimate because you do. I knew a lot of the people who were in them.
Yeah.
Or had directed them.
Uh-huh.
So that was really cool.
It's awesome.
Because they're going to see their film on the big screen.
Yeah.
It's a great feeling.
Yeah, and the schedule of films for that is so cool. They do blocks of short films, so you can just come in and see like 15 short films in one sitting, which is really cool.
Dang.
Yeah. So you get a lot of content.
So how's that pricing handled for that? You buy just like a one-day ticket, a weekend ticket? Or
So for their film festival, they determine the pricing, and they have day passes and they have weekend passes, or you can just buy per show. Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. So you're the events manager. So what's taking place? What events are coming up? Tell me about what's been like one of your pride and joy projects that you're like, oh, they let me unleashed. I could do this, and I'm so happy that I got to do it.
Well, the Oscar party was definitely something I was really proud of.
This year's or just all of them?
This year's. So I started this job in September, so I haven't been.
Oh.
Yeah, I haven't been events and marketing manager long, but I've gotten to do some really cool stuff already, which is awesome. Our Oscar party was just this huge event. We had 200 people come. It was this great night at the Hotel Concord and O Steak and Seafood. We had 3 bars and live music and dancing, and then people get to watch the Academy Awards, which is just so cool. It was
live? It was streamed live?
Yes, streamed live.
Oh, man.
People dress up. They came down the red carpet.
No way.
Yeah, and Concord TV has some great film of it, too. So.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
How many people came to that?
200.
Man.
Yep.
What happens if there's more? You said the big one only holds 190 something?
Well, we opened 2 theaters for that, actually. Yeah. Which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, it seems to me that you may end up having to open more than that. I don't know what you would do what if you had 300 people, 400 people?
Well, we'll have to stop at some point. Stop selling. Yeah.
Jeez, you have to put up.
Those tickets will be in demand.
Yeah. So what's coming up? What events are you looking forward to?
So in June, we have our Princess Bride quote-along, which is always a really big deal at Red River. It's so cool. Families come.
Everyone knows Princess Bride. Yeah. Everyone.
Well, that's why everyone comes. We have foam swords. We have the fake mustaches, so people can come, have their little props. Say, everyone knows Princess Bride quotes. Yes.
Of course.
Yes. So it becomes this whole theater experience where everyone just has fun together, goofing around with this great film. Yeah.
That's in June?
Yes, that's in June. So watch out for that one.
That's another one that I would think you could get more than 200 people for.
Well, we have sold it out in the past. Yep. Well, and that's why we always recommend get your tickets in advance because, Red River may seem like a little place, but it can get really busy.
Well, yeah, I can imagine. Especially doing things like Princess Bride, which really everyone knows it.
Yeah.
Right? Everyone can quote the thing left and right.
Yeah.
I do not think that means what you think it means.
Yeah.
Of course.
I think my favorite event that we've done at Red River while I've been here has been our big Rocky Horror event.
It's big everywhere.
Yeah.
What a following that thing has.
I know, it's amazing. What I love about it is that when people come, they always come dressed up. People come in the craziest, best outfits ever that you've ever seen. It's a super late night show. We have all the props so that you can throw the toilet paper. You have the squirt gun, the little newspaper that goes over your head.
So for people who have never attended, who would that be? Tell us all about the movie itself and give them an idea of really why it is such a big deal. So
Rocky Horror is this crazy cult film. It's got Tim Curry in it. It's just this hilarious... it's a musical sort of spoof on a scary horror film.
Meatloaf is in it.
Yeah, so many great stars. And it's just the weirdest thing you've ever seen. It is. The weirdest thing. But that's what makes it so awesome because everyone comes out, they sing the songs. You may know the time warp dance. We always do the time warp dance before the film.
Oh,
and then during the time warp, we do the dance as well. That's a lot of fun. People dress up, and then there's all these traditional props that are part of the movie. So there may be a certain time, like when it's raining, you take out your squirt gun and you shoot your squirt gun at everyone in the audience, and it's just crazy. I feel bad for your maintenance people, whoever has to clean up after that. Yeah, we all stay really late. We're there till like 1 or 2 in the morning and sweeping it all up, but it's worth it because it's so much fun. They have such a cult following. Yeah. I mean, the Winnipesaukee Playhouse did it last year. Yeah, they did it live. Yeah. So cool. And they had props also. Yeah, and they just packed the place out. Yeah. Everyone knows it and loves it, like Princess Bride. My God. Yeah. So when is that going on? Is that near Halloween? Yes, we do that in October. And last year we did 4 shows. Really? Yep. So I think we're planning to do that again this year. So. And we will pack them. Yeah, I was going to say, I assume they're all sold out or well attended. Yes. Well, okay, so June you've got Princess Bride. Anything else that you're like, it's coming up. Yeah. It's going to be here. Well, something a little more unique that we're going to do starting this summer. Spill the beans. Yep. And these, we don't have tickets online yet, so it's a little bit of a teaser. Tickets on sale soon. Sweet. We're going to do an anime series with some really awesome Japanese films, including Miyazaki, but we are also showing like the film Your Name, Mirai is in there, so it's 4 anime films. We're going to have package tickets, so you can get a little bit of a better deal if you buy them, if you buy all 4 of your tickets at once. And that's going to be a really, really cool series of films. Man, you guys are cutting edge. I mean, anime is just taking off. Well, it's already taken off, but I mean, it's unbelievable. It's like this underground world of stuff that if you're not in it, you don't have any clue what we're talking about. You don't have a clue. You do not have a clue. But if you do know, then come to the films because it's going to be really cool. Yeah. We've done some anime screenings in the past, and they've just brought in the coolest audience, a lot of young people, which is really exciting to see. And everyone's just, so excited to see these films that they love. So these four are well known in the industry? Yes, they are well known films. Gotcha. So that's the attraction. So they're going to be like talkbacks for that too? Some kind of a... Yeah, I think we're going to do a little bit of something different for these films. We don't have it all ironed out yet, but yeah, there will be some fun stuff. Oh, good. Yeah. When's that? Starting in July. All right. So we covered June, moving into July. Yep. Summertime's coming, so you have stuff in August and September coming up? You planning that far out? Yeah, but we also do outdoor movies in the summer. What? Yes, we have this giant portable screen, And we take it to parks. We've gone to Concord, Manchester. We might be expanding a little bit more. They're free, so you can just come. We encourage people to bring snacks, bring a blanket to sit on, and then come out and you just watch this
Really?
movie. Yeah.
What do you show, like Nemo or something? Finding
Yeah, we
Nemo?
usually show something that's kid-friendly, or we've shown Jurassic Park in the past, which is really cool outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what park do you go to for that, or where do you try to go?
All different places. Yeah, we have done a bunch in Concord, so we'll probably do a few more this summer. Nothing's set in stone yet, but
Yeah, it's like a free drive-in.
yeah, basically, it's free. You just
Wow.
come,
That
bring
has
your
to be well
snacks.
attended.
Those are, a lot of families come. It's really cool to see who comes out to that.
Yeah. Wow, you would need a big place.
Yeah, big park, and also it has to be flat so that the projector
Oh, right.
can, face the screen and not, be on a hill somehow.
Yeah, good point. I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's summertime.
Mm-hmm.
Moving into like the fall and stuff, do you have like certain events? Now, obviously, we just talked about the Rocky Horror.
Yeah, that's
one.
a traditional.
Right. So fall, do you have stuff that you traditionally do in the fall that's coming up?
Rocky Horror is the big one. Snob Film Festival happens in November. And then getting into Christmas time, we have some holiday movies. We switch it up a little bit every year, but we usually do Polar Express. That's cool. We always have hot chocolate, and kids get the little believe bells. If you hear it ring, you believe in Santa, which is really fun.
That's the Tom Hanks movie.
Yeah.
Polar Express.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, but we try to do new things in there as
Mhm.
well, so that it's not the same thing every year. Some new stuff to spice it up.
So, as events manager, coordinator, what's your day look like? Are you hovering over current event articles in New Hampshire trying to figure out what you want to bring in, or how do you come up with your idea? And giving me some other information about other events, right? Because people can rent out the space.
Yes, they can. Yeah. So I would say a lot of my time is spent on those rentals, because those we want to take a lot of time to make sure that things are just right for those people. They have the table set up they need. They know exactly what's going to happen for their event. So I spend a lot of time on that. I spend a lot of time in just general marketing. I update our website, send out our print ads. I make a lot of those. And update things for our radio ads and stuff like that too. So it's a little like less glamorous than you'd think. You'd think I'd be watching movies and eating popcorn all day. I do eat popcorn all day sometimes, but it's usually me at a computer, trying to, organize things, plan stuff. And we're a nonprofit movie theater, which is really important to take note. So everything's a really tight budget. And a lot of things have to get approved, and we don't have the biggest staff, so it's actually me and our executive director are the only full-time people there.
What? Two people?
2 full-time people. Yeah, we've a lot of other staff, some great staff members, but only 2 full-time.
You must have a lot of volunteers.
We have a fair amount, but not like a huge volunteer core on a regular basis. Yeah.
Huh.
So it's a totally different entity running a nonprofit theater versus what you might think of at another commercial theater.
Can you, maybe you already did give an example. I was going to ask for an example of a group that might want to rent the place and what that process would be like, but I'm guessing that the Earth Day one was probably...
Those were actually our series.
Oh.
Yeah, that's something we did. So there's all different kinds of rentals that you can do. I know someone who recently rented our smallest Simchick theater, that's the little 22-seat one, for a staff appreciation event, which was really fun. They brought in a movie. They could just have a really nice, relaxing time.
That's a good idea.
With popcorn for their staff, which was really cool. Sometimes we host larger groups, like the Equality Health Center is coming to do their LunaFest film festival, which is all female-made films.
Really?
Yeah, that's coming up very soon. Which that's a neat event.
Yeah, it's good timing. I just saw recently on Facebook there's like Woman Director Day or something, or Woman Filmmaker Day.
Yep.
That's like big. Is it you're trying to tie into that? Is that what's going on?
I think so. LunaFest is, I think it's a national thing, and then it just takes place at different theaters across the country. So we're just one of the locations that hosts it, thanks to the Equality Health Center, who, booked our theater for that event.
You guys have much competition in the area?
Well, I mean, I think there's nothing quite like Red River. Like we talked about before, we don't show Captain Marvel. We're not going to show Deadpool or Disney. So, I mean, the other movie theaters, might be our competition because they show other movies. But when you go there, it's not the same place. It's not the same experience. Both, with our staff, I think, and also the movies that we show. And the events that we have, our intention, follows our mission, which is bringing film to the community, which is a little bit different than we're doing this event to make money. It's all about bringing people together and building up the appreciation of film. Yeah.
So you're a nonprofit. Does that mean you have to fundraise?
Yes. Yeah. So there are a few different important things that keep the theater going. We have just coming to the movies is really helpful, especially our events. But what a lot of people don't know is that when you buy a movie ticket, only about 50% of that goes to Red River. So if you spend $11 to buy your ticket, Red River only gets a small amount of that because the rest of it goes to the film distributor who created the film.
Dang.
Yeah, so it's really a struggle, but people, we have a great membership core, and when you become a Red River member, people mostly do it just because they love Red River and they want to support it. But they also get discounted tickets. They get a free ticket in their birthday month. There's some other really cool benefits that are part of it, but it's just the best way to support Red River. We also have an annual fund, which is donations to just keep the theater running. It's just, paying our rent, keeping the lights on, paying our main bills, those type of things. And our Oscar party is a big fundraiser too.
Oh, it is?
Yes, we had a lot of sponsors for that event, which really, is crucial to making that event successful.
It's interesting you brought up the sponsorship thing. I was going to say, I know that you sponsor a lot of stuff, don't you, at the Audi? Don't I see your what do they call it? The projection of the Red River logo for plays, when I go see plays.
Yeah.
You're up there with
Uno's
one side, Red River on the other. Yeah.
You'll see us in a lot of local, like we collaborate with the Capitol Center, the Audi, you've seen us, the Hatbox we have an ad in their program. We try to share and help out other local groups as best that we can.
Do you have tie-ins with like Gibson's or any of these other smaller businesses, restaurants? Since I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
We have something really cool that we offer is these dinner and a movie packages. So you get 2 movie tickets, and then you get a gift certificate to a local restaurant. And we offer those. It's not a moneymaker for us at all, but it's just something really cool that you can buy and give away. It's just an amazing gift that's super handy when you're like, I gotta give something, but a little bit cooler than just a restaurant gift certificate.
Yeah, and it wasn't like McDonald's either. Those were nice restaurants. I saw them.
Yeah.
There's one farm-to-table one. I forget the name of it. I was just looking at it today.
Yep.
What's that chef's name?
There's some cool ones. Yeah. And our restaurants that we do that with, or sometimes we're out of stock with a certain one, but we always have a good variety. I know Hermanos is a big one that we sell a lot of. Yeah, and that's close by, so you can easily eat, walk to the theater, and watch a movie.
Yeah. Great date night.
Yeah.
Great date night. Are there projects that you would like to do but can't? Are there things that you have to, they're like 2 years down the road because they're going to take so much time and planning? What's coming up? Well, what would you do if you could? So one thing that is a little bit confusing for people if they're not familiar with the movie business, which is really everyone, right. And it took me a while to learn this too, is that when we get the rights to a film that we're playing, like The Aftermath that we're playing right now with Keira Knightley, we sort of make a promise to the film distributors that we will play it, 3 times a day, which means that we can't have events
that interrupt those screenings. So we can only really have one event per week, which really limits how much can we do per year. And I mean, of course, being the events planner, I have so many ideas of things that we could do. There's so many things out there that we could, take advantage of that are great films that we could bring people in to see. But it's just, we don't have that much time in the year to do it. So I think, as thinking of the theater as a whole, we're going to start planning those things farther in advance so that we have more time that's Red River's things that we're doing for the community, like the Earth Care series. I love to do a summer music series that's films about music. There's some great stuff that we can do that, looking forward down the road. We can't do this year, but 2020, we'll have some more stuff going on.
So they'd be more proprietary, more in-house kind of stuff?
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely people who rent the theater that are super important to us. Snob Film Festival, Jewish Film Festival, other people, even I talked about the Equality Health Center earlier. They're super important to us. We love having them. But the more that we, take away our own theater time, it's harder for us to do the things that we want. And what we really want to do is invite a larger audience of people to know about Red River and come and be excited about what we're showing, which means showing a bigger variety of films on more topics.
So you're kind of handcuffed by the size, though, right? I mean, if you had a lot of people...
The size hasn't really been a problem for us.
Yeah.
I mean, 156 seats is pretty decent when you think about it. And when you add in that other theater that's a little over 100, there's a lot of space. So, we make the best of it. And maybe if it means multiple show times of something, like 2 nights of Rocky Horror filling up both theaters, that's a lot of tickets.
It is a lot of tickets.
Yeah. So we can do it. And I think that our small size is actually something that's really great about us, because it means that we really put in a lot of time and energy for everyone that comes into the theater.
Do you have any big promotional stuff coming out?
We do have our membership campaign that starts in May.
Pray tell, speak.
Runs May through June. Still in the planning process, but that's always a big deal for us. It's a great way to invite new people to come to the theater, and if they'd like to be a member,
people like me.
Yeah. If you become a member during those 2 months, you immediately get a free ticket.
I'm there.
Yeah. So
I'm all about the free.
It's pretty cool.
Free is cool. It's a great price. So what happens during that event? What do you put that on TV? Is that something that just flyers downtown at the co-op or something? I mean, how do you do that?
Well, because it's our membership campaign, we're really marketing to people who come to Red River frequently and who Red River is important to. So honestly, we do a lot of advertising in-house for that, because that's, the people that we need to reach. And one really cool thing that we do, and we offer this to local businesses as well, or other nonprofits, is we play a few ads before the films play, before the previews start. So that's a great way that we can advertise our own events, or someone else who comes along might want to advertise an event that they're showing.
Are you saying these are local ads?
Yeah, they tend to be local. Yeah. Or they feature our sponsors, something like that.
That's a good time.
Yeah. Like the Capitol Center has, their next upcoming shows on our screen, which is a great place for them to show them.
Long term, what do you guys have plans to maybe, you probably want to expand, but there has to be a 5 and a 10 and a 15 year kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So what's down the road?
What's down the road? Well, that's really a good question for not me. Although
I'll edit right here.
I know, a little bit of it. Really,
There's only 2 people on the staff. So when you talk about it, are you left out? Is it just somebody mumbling to themselves about the future?
Well, our executive director works with our board of directors to come up with those long-term plans. And they include, you know, a lot of things that, you know, Red River would like to do that would improve our system, that would be great for us. But, you know, one thing that I'm more connected to is just expanding our audience. Yeah, so that we have just bigger diversity in age, everything, you know, that comes to Red River.
So how you do that?
That's a great question.
Yeah, thanks.
And it's a
here.
puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
But I really think it's having a bigger variety of events and films that really attract groups of people that we want to invite at the theater. So, for example, the people who might come to our anime series, we may have never seen them at the theater before.
Sure.
But if we welcome them and we show them the cool films that we play, they may return.
Is there a demographic that's missing currently there, or it's very slim? Like old people like me, that is something that...
I think that we aren't as strong with the 20s, 30s, and even a little bit into the 40s-year-olds.
Yeah, good luck, because you're fighting Netflix, Hulu.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the generation that's tied into streaming.
Mm-hmm. That's such a good point. And it's a really interesting topic because I know I watch Netflix at home.
Shame.
But you know what? It's a totally different experience because what we do at Red River is showing off what films can be like with an audience, which makes it a community experience. So when you go see a movie and you get to that climactic point and everyone gasps, that's when you feel the real magic of being at Red River.
Mm.
Yeah, it's sharing films with the community, talking with people in our lobby afterwards. Yeah, that's what makes it special. So, and that's not something that streaming can compete with at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, can't. You're just sitting in your house.
There's no way.
Basically
Plus,
on the couch.
the big screen makes such a difference.
Yeah, it does. It really does. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like theater in that it's great to be in the audience. It's live. You know, I mean, not the film is live, but having the extra people around you, that ambiance adds another level, another quality to the experience. And that's what you want. You want them to experience.
Exactly. We did a Legally Blonde event in February for Galentines Day, and
did you say Galentines Day?
Yes. It was a lot of fun.
Great name. That's a great name.
Yeah, it was a really cool event. But when I was preparing for it, I watched Legally Blonde at home on Netflix, and then I watched it in the theater when we were showing it, and I was shocked. I just seen the film a few weeks ago. You know, it doesn't have that much depth to it. I mean, it's a fun film, but it's not, something that you say, like, I really have to watch that on the big screen. Not really. But I was so surprised by all these things I couldn't see, didn't notice when I watched at home on my smaller TV. Yeah, just a lot of, small stuff, little tidbits in the background.
Oh, that's fascinating.
Yeah, so that's really cool. If you see a movie at home, see it in the theater, it's a really big difference.
Who came to see that? What was the demographic for that?
I would say, well, it was a mix. There were some really adorable older couples that came out for Galentine's Day. There were some younger people. A lot of people wore pink, which was really cute. That was really fun. Yeah, a mix.
Was there a tie-in with that? Did you have like a restaurant thing with flowers and all that people could buy?
We had so many local businesses donate stuff that we gave away as prizes. Yes, so we gave away like spa treatments. We gave away like makeup. RBG, Ruth Bader Ginsburg. We had a little a keychain doll from 50 Home that we gave away, which was and everyone at Red River is such a huge fan of RBG. Yeah. So with the two
in her fitness program.
Yeah, 2 big movies we played recently with her. Yeah, wow. She's big.
That's an event. I could see that being a really fun. So all these indie house movies, they're not like documentaries, right? They're, although they could border on documentaries.
Yeah,
kind of.
We do play some documentaries. We're playing Apollo 11 right now.
Oh, I saw that.
Yep, that's a documentary. They're sprinkled in here and there.
Is that the found footage one?
Yes, yeah. I haven't seen it yet, but it looks so cool.
I know.
Yeah. And we played Free Solo, which was a huge hit at Red River.
Love that. Oh
Yes.
my God, that was intense.
My hands were so sweaty.
Yeah, we had to, my wife and I kept getting up at like certain parts. I was like, no, I can't watch, can't
Yeah.
watch. Is he going to fall off? Is he?
So stressful.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. That was such a great hit, and that won, as you probably know, an Academy Award for Best Documentary.
Yeah.
So we do play some really cool documentaries.
That was a nail biter.
Mm-hmm.
My God, that was a nail biter.
Yeah.
He's crazy.
I mean, it takes a certain person, I guess.
You think?
Yeah.
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 Free Solo was about this rock climber who climbed El Capitan
Yep.
with no, it's sheer wall, just sheer wall.
No ropes.
No ropes, no nothing, except just his hands and feet.
Yeah.
And he had one finger cut off, didn't he, from something that he had an accident he was in?
Oh,
Didn't he
I don't
lose a
remember
finger?
that.
Part of his finger? I forget. Yeah, great story. Great story.
Yeah. Very
What else?
scary.
Coming?
but
What
good.
else?
Oh, well, there's so many cool movies on the horizon, but
Feed me.
let's see. We'll be, I just added more of our coming soon ones to our website today.
It was pretty
What
chock
are
full
some of
when
the
I
big
looked at
ones?
it today. You have Amadeus coming up.
Yeah, that's going to be a cool event. We've got live music. That's another event. So it's one night only.
Live music, like live chamber music for it?
So we are partnering with Symphony New Hampshire. And during the reception, that's before the film at the Hotel Concord, they're going to have a string quartet playing Mozart.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, to go with the movie about Mozart.
Right.
Yeah, and that's a very cool event. Tickets for students are free for that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Brilliant. I use that word too much, but that is brilliant. Get that tie-in young.
Yes.
That is good. When is that coming up?
That
It's
is
soon.
soon. It's really
Yeah.
soon. It's like next week, April 18th.
Yeah, it was on the top of the page or top of the
Yep.
scrolling part.
Mm-hmm.
What else? What would you like to talk about?
What else would be good? We covered a lot. You got to come to the theater sometime.
I know. I walked in, and I'm not sure why. Oh, I think we were doing a play, and we were hoping to maybe get some kind of sponsorship, but we couldn't find anybody to talk to. We were doing Truman Capote,
Okay.
and we had just. Oh no, I think we were hanging posters. We weren't
Okay.
looking for any kind
Okay.
of tie-in. We were just going to hang a poster. I'm not even sure we found anybody at that point.
Yeah, people tend to think that we're open,
Yeah.
like starting in the morning and also through all our movies. But because movies play at night, we don't really open until the afternoon. Yeah.
You get like a matinee time, like
Mhm.
so before 4:30. Like that's what I consider.
Well,
taking a matinee. You do-
2 o'clock is like our first films, and then our last film usually starts at roughly 8 o'clock.
Are you guys tied in with like the schools too? Do you have like events where they just bus in kids for?
So that's a good question. So this morning we had over 90 school kids come see a film at Red River. And that was really special because it was covered by a Lincoln Financial grant that helps us bring indie students, pays for their transportation, all of that, so that they can come in and see some really cool, educational, thought-provoking movies at the theater.
What did they see today?
So today they saw October Sky.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, that's a
yeah.
great film too.
Great film. And they
Wow.
had some cool class projects to go with it. And yeah, it's great to see the theater filled with kids. Yeah. And sometimes we've even filled up both theaters at once. That's a lot
No
of kids.
kidding. Yeah, that is a lot.
That's a lot of
kids.
popcorn.
So Lincoln Financial covered all that?
Yeah, we applied for a grant from them, which we received, which is helping us pay for these school screenings.
Wow, that's really nice.
Yeah.
So let's cover some other basic stuff before we go too far. Folks who want to rent it or want information about renting it, how do they contact you?
So they'll want to contact me, and on our website you can find information to contact me, Emily Marsh. There's an email, phone number. You can also, if you call the general box office, they can direct you to the right phone extension. Or if you just email info@redrivertheaters.org, it'll get directed to the right person who can answer your question. And renting the theater, book far in advance, I just have to say, because we are booked already basically for the whole year, which is really good, but if we're planning something...
You're booked up through December?
Yeah, basically, with just a few openings.
That is great.
Yeah.
That is good news.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you if you guys are like on a tight budget. I mean...
Well, I mean, we are.
But that's good. That means, though, that you're not having to beg for, money or business.
Yeah, the rentals are really popular. Yeah. And then you can rent up to 3 theater spaces. So we have the 2 larger theaters and then the little one that can be used as a reception room. So often people rent the large theater and then they rent the Simchick, the smaller one, for a reception, for the same event. Which is pretty cool. And, rates are based on day, time. If it's an evening, we can't play our movies at that time, so prices are a little bit higher.
You folks ever do tie-ins with, like, Gibson's or some other bookstore? When we did True, which was the story about Truman Capote, we were trying to find some tie-ins with, like, Gibson's. We were going to give them some space in the theater, because in the play, he references a lot of other authors, a lot of his works. And so do you ever, does Gibson's come over and set up to sell books or based on the movies or the authors or all that?
We haven't done that before, but it's such a cool idea. We wanted to create some sort of book to movie type series so that people can read a book and then watch the movie together.
Oh, that's a good idea.
That would be really fun. Maybe bringing in the library too. That would be pretty cool. And Gibson's has been just an amazing supporter of us in general. They are just a great little neighbor down the street. They sponsor a lot of our events. They're pretty amazing. So if we are showing a movie that has a book connection, go buy the book there.
Yeah, it's a good idea. You would think that they would want to tie in. I mean, we thought that we just couldn't get through the red tape. But I mean, think of all the DVDs, calendars, books, just for Truman Capote himself, right? That they probably could have sold, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. It's tough to partner with our first run films, just the films that we, play every night at the theater, because we're so locked into very specific terms with the film distributors. So we can't, give away any. There's no discount we can do. There's, nothing like that we can do because we're just locked in by the rules of running a movie theater.
Do you have very specific distributors you work with, or are you free to work? Because there's some that are so big like Sony who says, you know what, if you go try and get that distributor, we're out.
Yeah, I mean, there's ones that we work with more frequently, and then there's, Disney doesn't work with us, which is sad because I'd love to show, the old Mary Poppins movie or something, but we can't.
They just don't want to work with you, or you're just too small? Or what's their excuse?
I think we're too small, and it's really, there's so many factors involved in that. How big is our theater? How many tickets could we sell?
Endgame is coming up. You could sell out immediately. Fandango got shut down.
It's very complicated. It's surprisingly complicated. But there's certain things I wish we could show that we just can't. Just too bad.
Are there specific distributors that just deal with indie films?
There's all kinds. There's probably thousands of distributors in, America alone. And, we work with a lot of different distributors, but there's no specific rules of who we work with and who do we always get movies by, because we also have to get movies that we know are going to sell tickets, because we can't just...
How do you know that, though? That's a...
Yeah.
Tough.
We have someone who, our booking agent, who helps advise us on what's doing well. He connects directly with the distributors so that we obtain the rights so that we can play the films. And, different films take different percentages of the tickets. So that's a factor as well.
So do you track which types of films do better than others? Do you have a sheet that says, oh, these foreign films do really well. These domestic ones, man, not so much. And bring in more of those based on
We
that?
don't have a super efficient system for that. We do know that
By that, do you mean it's just you with a pencil conning people who come in?
Well, I mean, it's like, how do you define a genre is really part of it.
Okay.
People do ask for foreign films more frequently than they come to foreign films. We know that for a fact. Because we've played a lot of foreign films, and it doesn't usually bring in a big audience. Yeah.
Reminds me of a friend of mine who used to have a restaurant, and he always had friends who were like, you should sell this. I would be here if you would just sell, and then he would sell it and no one would show up.
Yeah.
And he quit listening to his friends.
It happens sometimes. I think people sometimes don't know exactly what they want,
Apparently.
or I think they want to see a foreign film, but they want it to be really happy, and a lot of foreign films aren't happy, or at least the ones that, you know, we have access to that are big name enough that
Are you saying that yours are dark all the time?
Well, they're usually darker or sadder or, you know, deeper on some level.
Deeper, I could see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes more intense. At least the ones that are, you know, big enough name that we would get them over here in Concord. Yeah.
What else?
There's certain actors people always love to see on screen.
So, okay, that's an interesting point, especially if you do a lot of indie films. Are you finding that big names are trending towards the indie side? Because it does seem on one level that more and more of them kind of get tired of the whole Hollywood spiel, and they, I don't know if they're just volunteering their time or if they're really have friends who are indie filmmakers, but you see them a lot nowadays. Yeah. Big names in these.
Well, I think that what we call indie film is really a bigger category than what we might imagine, because there's a lot of films that are very well funded, have really big actors in them, that are not blockbusters. And a lot of those films that are up for Academy Awards aren't really the blockbusters, but they're well known and they have great actors in them. You know, Green Book.
Loved it.
Yeah. I wouldn't call that an indie film, but I think that's because I'm a little bit more familiar and in touch with, you know, indie films here at Red River. To me, that's a pretty big name film, but it's the type of film that Red River plays. So, you know, right now we're showing Gloria Bell with Julianne Moore in it.
Saw that up there,
yeah.
too. Yeah.
We have Keira Knightley in a film that we're showing right now. I think that the actors that we think of as famous, they're not just doing the blockbuster films. They're doing a lot of other films on the side that maybe are a little bit more off of our radar, or, you know, for whatever reason, not as many people know about them, or a lot of people do know about these films and they're waiting for us to play them, and they've been watching the trailer and like, when are you getting this film? So yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that can happen a lot.
Oh, that would make sense. And I think you're right. It does seem as though a lot of them, they're not waiting. It's a budget thing, and maybe is the difference. The big blockbusters have big budgets, and the smaller ones that are just as good films, they don't have the $100 million budget that they might have a couple of $1 million if they're lucky, right?
Yeah, I mean, it depends, because some of those movies that we show are big movies with big budgets, but they're not necessarily like action films that maybe have a ton of special effects that we think of as blockbusters. You know, like, what do you think of when you think of a blockbuster? Probably like those Marvel movies.
Fast and Furious.
Yeah, those things. And those aren't films that necessarily go down in history as that was a great film. I mean, they're great films. I love those films myself. I just saw Captain Marvel recently, and it was great. It was so much fun, but it's not necessarily that they aren't indie films. They just don't fit in that category that Red River plays. Yeah.
I guess I don't want to call it second tier, but you're right. When you look at the films like the Julianne Moore one coming up and the Keira Knightley, they are under the radar. I don't know why they're under the radar. It's a different radar or something.
Yeah, exactly.
They're just not, which is a shame. because there's a lot of them out there.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them. A lot of these big names do it. I don't know why, but maybe they're hoping that they would become an Oscar winner or something. But they stay busy. A lot of these artists stay busy, and there's a lot of work out there that is being propagated.
For sure. And there's a lot of films we show that I think should be, more well attended. We showed BlacKkKlansman last summer, and that was definitely, one of the best movies I saw that year.
That's the Spike Lee one, right?
Mm-hmm. Such an incredible movie with so much depth to it. And, that was a pretty big hit, and for us it was a really big hit. But I wish more people would attend the types of films that we show.
How do we get them? How do we get them in?
Well, a lot of people do come into Red River, and, one way that people learn about movies is watching trailers. So they come see a movie, and before the movie they see a trailer for another great movie, and they think, oh, I'm going to come see that. And, we always play trailers of movies we're going to play. So you can pretty much count on when you come see a movie at Red River, you might get so many ideas to see other movies. Or you're just browsing our website and you think, oh, what's this about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I don't know why I don't go by. And it's this thing, I don't think about it. And again, maybe it's a brainwashing, a marketing kind of thing. Because when I'm driving through Concord and I'm just looking for something, I never think to stop.
Mm-hmm.
It never dawns on me just to go in. Now, I'll do it for a play because I do theater, but I never think about just... As a matter of fact, my wife and I were just talking about movies coming up. And we're planning, like, to go to the Regal or something. It doesn't dawn on me that the Red River's down there. I know the Red River's down there.
Yeah.
But...
I think it just takes going in once, because when you go into Red River once, I think you're going to find the atmosphere is so different from a Regal or Cinemagic that you want to come back and you're curious about what we're playing.
You're cutting edge too, right? You've got a lot of cutting edge stuff. Equipment-wise, right?
Yeah, we've got digital projectors. When we started, it was film, but it's not film anymore, thankfully. That's, a beast to run. We've got wonderful surround sound, beautiful screens. The seats are very comfortable. It's a great place to come watch a movie. I love watching movies at Red River.
And eating their popcorn.
And our popcorn is so good because we do have real butter.
Oh, there you go.
It is real. Yes, it's popped with coconut oil.
Really?
Yeah, it's high quality, great popcorn, and it's popped every day.
Fresh.
Yes,
Fresh.
Always fresh.
What else? Look at that, almost an hour.
Yeah. Let's see, we talked about the school screenings.
Mm-hmm. What do you want to plug? What's on your chart?
I don't know, like you talked about all the events and stuff, which were kind of the important things. Okay. Is the podcast an hour?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Yeah, no, some of them are 45 minutes,
okay.
50. You don't have to fill an hour.
Yeah. Right.
I just want to make sure we hit everything you wanted to get.
Yeah.
Because I don't want you to go back and go, damn it.
And are you going to talk to Barry too at some point?
If you'll line it up for me, I'd be happy to.
Yeah. So he hasn't gotten back to you?
No.
Yeah.
I
have to push him.
Some folks are busy.
Because he has so much history about movies in Concord.
Yeah. Well, so someone who, I think it might have been Doris, who led me to you folks, had said Barry was the guy who owned the video store.
Barry, is
that
like
turned into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I just moved to Concord, so as far as like movies in Concord, I don't know a lot, but yeah, he's just like this huge wealth of movie knowledge.
Yeah, I'll bet.
It's crazy. He knows like every fact. So.
Well, it'd be cool to talk to him about the progression from VHS to where he is nowadays.
Yeah.
That's a lot of history.
Yep, he has a lot to say about that.
Yeah, I'll bet he does.
Yeah. All right. Anything else that's important?
Get your fundraising, get your events.
Mm-hmm. We talked about membership a little bit and the campaign coming up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much I can talk about that. I want to tell you what the theme is. Well, when's the podcast being released?
So I do the editing, and it would be before the end of this week.
Okay. All right.
You want, I can wait. I mean, it's up to you. I don't have to. I have no definite plans on any time.
Yeah, well, I can. Yeah. Okay. I can. I think this is official. We have booked it, so I can talk about this. So. All right. Here we go. So our membership campaign we talked about running May through June. This is brand new information.
Yes.
Themed it off of Back to the Future.
Oh.
Yeah, the awesome film.
Yes.
So we're looking for a DeLorean. We'd love to have a DeLorean.
Oh my
but
God.
if you know anyone with a DeLorean, it would be amazing. We're gonna make some cool video. We're gonna have the film playing at the theater.
I'll bet you will.
You can come see it. Back to the Future night. Dress up as Marty McFly,
God.
Yeah, it's gonna be so much fun.
Crazy Professor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. The what's the machine that they use called? The I'll think of it. I know exactly what it looks like, but it's in their DeLorean.
The clock one? The digital clock that reads up?
I'll think of it.
All right.
So
I know what you're talking about.
yeah, the flex capacitor. Yeah. That's going to be a lot of fun. So what that means is basically the whole theater is going to be kind of a little bit transformed for those 2 months and be Back to the Future themed. We'll have big posters. We'll have some on-screen ads. We'll have smaller posters, flyers, all kinds of cool stuff. And what's really awesome about those 2 months is if you are a Red River member or you become a Red River member, every Friday you can get free popcorn.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Every Friday. Yeah.
Night.
It's great.
It's getting cheaper.
Yeah, and Friday is when we open our new movies, so come see a brand new movie.
Wow.
Get your free popcorn. Yeah.
Is that for every level? You have several levels of
Every
joining.
level of membership. Yep. Our lowest level of membership starts at, I think it's $45. So it's actually, when you think about the ticket discounts, the free tickets, and, free popcorn and all that, you don't have to attend the theater that frequently for it to be super cost effective.
Yeah. And it's not like it would be painful to show up either.
Yeah. Oh, I guess I have to go to the movies.
Have to
Use
have
my
more free
membership.
popcorn.
More popcorn.
Dang it.
Yeah.
My life is so terrible. So when does that happen? You said the 2 months. Is that?
Yes. So all of May, all of June. Yeah, we have a big fundraising goal to hit, and it's a lot of people renewing their membership, but it's a lot of new people who've never been a Red River member who are trying it out. So maybe if you come to Red River, you like it a lot, get that membership, you'll get the discounts, the free popcorn. I mean, we'll have the popcorn,
Yeah.
Don't you want this?
You're going to serve it in a flux capacitor?
I wish.
Yeah.
That'd be so cool.
That would.
Go back in time and watch more movies. Go back in time and buy your membership earlier.
Yeah.
That's what you need.
That's a great idea. It's like playing the lottery when you know the numbers.
Yeah.
Perfect. Good way to end. Anything else?
I think that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming by.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. It was fun.